Alright guys, here's the ship store cigar factory down in Havana, Cuba. Wasn't anything you couldn't get, buy them by the box, whatever. The problem was bringing them back to the United States, so we bought 10 or 20 cases when we got there and smoked majority of them there and on the way home. We were lucky enough to get a few home, but that was at the ship store. If you guys are any kind of a sailor or anything about ship stores, that was amazing. At the bars you would get some seconds that really weren't the best, but yeah, you're still in Cuba, so. See, there I am on the top of a 55-foot Hatteras as we ran out. We had shotgun starts for the tournament, so every day we'd all be out there and everybody taking a turn running out that way. This was all during Ilion. This was the same year that he was brought back to Cuba. It was pretty crazy. We went to a couple of rallies. It was kind of scary because we're the only Americans at the rallies holding American flags, so we decided to cut that out pretty quick. This is a shot. Looking out here is the big clubhouse on the northern Gulf side of the Hemmingway Marina. It's where they had all the award dinners in there at night stuff. It was really, really cool. You had to walk a long way to get there. And while we were there, everything was under military guard, Cuban guard. So here's a big sign. One of the rallies we went to was downtown in Havana. That was a little bit dicey. And here where they gave us a nice big display right there at the marina. It was pretty cool. A lot of interesting things down there in Cuba. This was our Marine patrol that used to cruise up and down the canal all hours of the night, making sure we weren't smuggling anybody out. Yep. You had to give your cell phones in and your GPSs to the Cuban Army when you pulled into Cuba, so that you weren't giving anybody any escape routes out, and you picked them up on the day you left. So that's the 55 Hatteras that we all went down on. 6 of us. Huge. Had twin 900 horsepower Detroit diesels in there. It was quite amazing. This is a shot of the sun coming up as we left Havana. That's crazy. 45 cat. Get a good shot. Sitting in the fishing chair on the way out of town. Here I am on a rented Russian motorcycle I got my hands on down there. A lot of fun. Here we are running back to Key West. Getting the hell out of there. I don't think out of all the guys in the boat there really wasn't anybody sober the day we left. Everybody was very, very ill from the Saturday night party. Here we are anchored at the Hemmingway Marina. They kind of kept us off to ourselves. We had a few problems when we got there, sorted them all out. But they put us in an area where there were actually Cuban military up in the second floor watching us 24/7. That's a completely different story, but it is the truth. Here's a shot of the moon way up here. It was a full moon the morning that we left. The moon was still out as we hauled ass out of Havana. This was some more shots. The sun was just coming up. And the sun just coming up over the city of Havana right there. You can see it. Another shot of it. Another shot. More Marine Patrol. This is downtown Havana Harbor we're messing with. And I believe they go this way, and there's a lot of the consulates are there right on the edge of the shoreline. We're like 2 miles offshore in 1,000 foot of water trolling. This was the Russian embassy, and so last thing the Americans saw when they left Russia, and it was built that way to make a fist and had the finger pointed up at America. So when you see the Russian embassy, go on Google and check it out. That's what you're actually looking at. It's what the Russians did before they left Havana. They built that was the Russian embassy. Here's another shot inside of the marina. Real safe marina. I mean, there were military cops there all day long, all night long. So you could have some fun, but they were on you like swimwear, baby. Here's a shot of, this is downtown Havana Harbor right here where my finger is. It's really polluted down there. They don't have any EPA and stuff like that. They were burning rubber tires for the electric plant down there. And the country is just so poor. Where we stayed was really nice. It was a government-controlled condos in there, and we lived in the boat the whole time. We did rent one room for showers and TVs. If you wanted to do something else, you had a room to do it in. And the women down there were $1 a piece, 2 for $5. It was really weird, and it wasn't right. You couldn't walk through the marina and have somebody, psst, hey man, you left my sister. It was really strange. But that's their culture down there. They have the money, and they're willing to do anything for money. We all stayed away from 90% of that stuff because it was pretty irritating to us. You know, we're talking about young kids, and it just wasn't right. So we did have fun. We did find some spots to go to. There actually was a guy that would call you up on your marine radio and ask you what you wanted, and you come back into shore, and sure as heck, they had a limousine in there, and off you went to the rodeo. So, but that's what we did 10 years ago. Hung out in Havana for 10 days. I got some stuff on a movie that I want to go ahead and put up for you guys, but that's me, Crazy 45 Cat. You got me? That's the guy. Fishing Fool. I just thought you might want to appreciate some of these pictures. Something that I've done or where I've been. That was the one trip to Cuba. I did a lot of traveling in and out of our country, and had a ball. So I'm going to get my videos hooked up into the DVD and try to load it into my computer, and I'll show you a lot more fun stuff once I get it all hooked up. I still smoke Cuban cigars. I got a really good source on Cuban cigars, and most of my gear, my toolbox over there, are all in Cuban cigar boxes, the real deal. So we should do an ash contest. See how long you get your ash on your fake Cuban cigars. But that's a whole different time. Hope you guys enjoyed this little kind of a vlog on Cuba. If you look here, in this picture, it's kind of hard to see, but right here is a swordfish tail. It's really hard to see with this kind of camera and all that stuff, but that's a sword tail off a swordfish that was in the marina right behind our boat. You know, they don't have any conservation laws there or anything like we have in America, so the things that you saw and the things that they did were okay for me, but a lot of people would just have a stroke over it. So, with that, let's give a big old high hard one to the Russian embassy. Look at that. Looks like somebody giving you the finger as you're leaving Russia. They did that for Kennedy, JFK. Nuts. Alright guys, we'll see you soon.